Zdravo! Spremili smo novi video za vas. In this video, I will go over basic Serbian phrases that you need in order to talk about your work. If you're already working in Serbia or you're planning to move there for work, the words and phrases that I will cover in this video will help you talk about your work with more confidence. Business Serbian is a broad topic and we are just getting started, so we will prepare more videos about this topic in the future. So if you'd like to be notified about any future videos we post, don't forget to click on subscribe and notification button. So let's get started. Hajde da počnemo. Okay, so the way we will proceed is I will first read a short text on a work-related topic and then go over the key vocabulary that you see here highlighted in the text and explain more details about these words and how you should use this vocabulary in context. Pa hajde da pročitamo ovaj tekst. Let's read this text. Ovo je Ana. Ana ide na posao. Ana je zaposlena u IT kompaniji. Ana radi u ovoj kompaniji kao projekt manager. So, the first highlighted word from the text was the word zaposlena, which means employed. This is a feminine singular adjective, and in the text we had the sentence Ana je zaposlena. Ana is employed. If you have a subject that is masculine gender, then the sentence would be Marko je zaposlen. Marko is employed. You see how we changed the form of the adjective, got rid of that a at the end of the feminine singular adjective in nominative and put it in a masculine form. For example, in plural, it would be Ana I Marko su zaposleni. Ana and Marko are employed. This word it can be also translated into English as a noun, so we can translate it as employee or employees depending on the context. Let me show you one such example. Koliko zaposlenih ima vaša kompanija? How many employees are there in your company? The word still acts as an adjective in Serbian, but in English we would translate it as a noun. Sljedeća fraza iz teksta. Ići na posao, to go to work. Primer, Ana ide na posao. Ana goes to work. Now, if you've studied Serbian before, maybe you remember that after the preposition na, we usually use locative because it suggests location. Na means on. But in this example, the noun posao is in accusative. Why? Because the verb ići is the verb of motion. So after the verb of motions, if we use the preposition na, it will be followed by accusative. Another example is ja idem na posao u 8 ujutru, ali ja sam na poslu do 4 posle podne. So here you see both accusative and locative. Ja idem na posao u 8 ujutru. I go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. Here we have accusative because of the verb of motion. Ja sam na poslu do 4 posle podne. Here we have locative because the verb is not the verb of motion. I'm at work until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Sljedeća reč je kompanija. Kompanija means company, organization or business. Primer iz teksta. Ana je zaposlena u IT kompaniji. Ana is employed at an IT company. Raditi, this is a very common verb in Serbian, to work. And the way we conjugate this verb is ja radim, ti radiš, on ili ona radi, mi radimo, vi radite, oni rade. Primer, Ana radi kao project manager. Ana works as a project manager. Ili oni rade na novom projektu. They are working on a new project. Ok, idemo dalje i čitamo novi tekst. Ovo je moja kancelarija. Moj radni sto i stolica su pored prozora. Na stolu imam samo monitor i ponekad donesem i svoj laptop. Pored mene sedi moj kolega Marko, a iza mene je sala za sastanke. Ok, prva podvučena reč iz teksta je reč kancelarija. Kancelarija is an office. Na primer, kažemo ovo je moja kancelarija. This is my office. Kancelarija is a noun in feminine gender, so all the pronouns or adjectives that accompany this noun must also be in feminine form. Na primer, kažemo moja kancelarija, my office, lepa kancelarija, nice office, prostrana kancelarija, spacious office. Sljedeća reč u tekstu je pridev radni. Next word in the text is the adjective radni. You can probably already connect this word to the verb raditi, to work. So radni is an adjective that is derived from this verb. And common phrases that you will hear with this adjective in the context of work are radni sto, radna stolica. Radni sto is a work desk, radna stolica is a work chair, and radno vreme is working hours. Sljedeća reč je laptop ili kompjuter. Next word is laptop or computer. These two words are very similar to English. But then we also had the word monitor, which is very different from what we have in English. Monitor is a screen of a laptop or a computer. And do you know the words for keyboard or mouse? They're also different than in English. The keyboard is tastatura. 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 Keyboard. Miš, mouse. And miš is also the word for the animal, for actual mouse when we speak about that. Sljedeća reč je reč kolega. Kolega in English is a colleague, and what is interesting about this noun is that even though it ends in an A, it is the noun in masculine gender. If you want to speak about a female colleague and use a feminine noun, then you would use the word koleginica, and I will show you an example. So if you use the word kolega, you can say pored mene sedi moj kolega. You see how the possessive pronoun moj here is in masculine form. But if you use the feminine noun, then you say pored mene sedi moja koleginica. So now we use both the feminine possessive pronoun and the feminine noun. Moja is in feminine gender, koleginica also feminine gender. And the last word we had in the text was the word sastanak. Sastanak is a meeting. Primer, iza mene je sala za sastanke. Behind me is the room for meetings or a meeting room. Or another example, sastanci na mom poslu su uvek online. Meetings at my work are always online. And you see how here we lost the sound k at the end of the word when we changed this noun to plural form, and k became ts. And this sound change is typical for masculine nouns that end in k, and k would always become ts in front of i, in front of the sound i. Još jedan tekst. Another text. Moje radno vreme je od 9 do 5. Sredom i petkom radim od kuće. Na poslu imam odlične benefite. Imam 35 slobodnih dana i privatno zdravstveno osiguranje. Prva fraza, raditi od kuće. To work from home. A common question nowadays is, da li više voliš da radiš od kuće ili iz kancelarije? Do you prefer to work from home or from the office? Od kuće, iz kancelarije. In both of these examples, the nouns kuće, kancelarije are in genitive. These are genitive forms from feminine singular nouns, kuća and kancelarija. Why do we use genitive here? Because of prepositions. After these two prepositions, od, from, or is, which also means from, we always use genitive. Sljedeća reč je reč benefiti, and you can probably know already the meaning of this word. It's the same as in English, benefits. A lot of HR terminology in Serbian language comes from English language, and this is the case with this word as well. Some words of foreign origin do not change through cases but in Serbian language, but this is not the case with this word. In this text, we had an example, imam odlične benefite na poslu. In nominative, this phrase, excellent benefits, would be odlični benefiti. But here, because of the verb imam, which requires a direct object, we put this phrase into accusative. So whenever you want to express the function of a direct object in a sentence, you would use accusative case. Imam odlične benefite na poslu. I have excellent benefits at work. Sljedeća fraza, slobodni dani. Slobodni dani literally translated means 3 days, but in this context, when we speak about work, this is translated as paid time off. Primer iz teksta, example from the text. Imam 35 slobodnih dana. In this sentence, this phrase slobodni dani is in genitive plural. Why? Because the second digit in this number is digit 5, and after digit 5 and higher digits, we always use genitive plural. Hajde da vam dam još jedan primer. Let me give you another example. Imam 31 slobodan dan. You see how here we use nominative singular. Why is that? Because the number ends in digit 1. Imam 31 slobodan dan. I have 31 paid days off. I posljednja reč je reč zdravstveno osiguranje. Zdravstveno osiguranje. Maybe this can be a little bit more difficult to pronounce, so replay it over and over. Zdravstveno osiguranje. Zdravstveno osiguranje. It's a mouthful. Health insurance. Primer iz teksta. Imam privatno zdravstveno osiguranje. I have a private health insurance. Osiguranje is a neuter noun. So this whole phrase is in neuter singular, and neuter nouns, when used in accusative, such is the case in this sentence, do not change the form. They stay the same as in nominative. Did you know that in our online self-study courses for beginners and pre-intermediate students, you can find hours of video lessons, downloadable materials, quizzes, interactive exercises, and more. Go to our website, gospeakserbian.com, to sign up. I posljednji tekst, and the last text. Ja volim svoj posao. Ne planiram da dam otkaz. Ne želim da tražim drugi posao. Imam puno radnog iskustva i sjajnu radnu biografiju. Često me zovu na razgovor za novi posao, ali meni je ovde super. Okay, and the last set of words and phrases for this video. Dati otkaz is to quit. Primer iz teksta. Ne planiram da dam otkaz. I'm not planning to quit. How do we say to get fired? Well, we use this same noun, otkaz, but a different verb. Dobiti otkaz. Hajde da vidimo primer. Bolje je kad daš otkaz nego kad dobiješ otkaz. It is better when you quit than when you get fired. Dati otkaz, to quit. Dobiti otkaz, to get fired. Ok, idemo dalje. Tražiti posao. To look for work. The verb tražiti is very common in Serbian, and you can use it in other contexts, to search or to look for. How do we conjugate it? We say ja tražim, ti tražiš, on ili ona traži. Mi tražimo, vi tražite, oni traže. Hajde da vidimo primjer iz teksta. Ne želim da tražim drugi posao. I don't want to look for another work. Radno iskustvo. Work experience. You remember this adjective radni, we had it before. Radni sto, work desk, radna stolica, work chair, radno vreme, working hours. And now we have it also in this context, radno iskustvo, work experience. Primjer iz teksta. Imam puno radnog iskustva i sjajnu radnu biografiju. I have a lot of work experience and an excellent CV or an excellent resume. Another thing that I wanted to point out is puno radnog iskustva. Radnog iskustva is genitive singular form of the neuter noun and neuter adjective. Why? Because we have the quantifier puno. After quantifiers, we use genitive. Okay, and the last phrase, razgovor za posao, job interview. Primjer iz teksta. Zovu me na razgovor za posao. They're inviting me for a job interview. And this phrase zvati na is something that you can use in other context. Zovu me na kafu. They're calling me out for a coffee. Zovu me na večeru. They're calling me for a dinner. So in English we say invite for, and in Serbian we translate that as zvati na. That's all for this first video in the Business Serbian series. Let us know what other Business Serbian topics you would like us to cover. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Hvala puno I vidimo se u sljedećem videu. Ćao!